Okay. Well, welcome everybody. My name's Ed Pemictor. I'm a physician in Virginia, a little small town called Singer's Glen. I practice health optimization medicine, and I've been involved with LifeWave as a customer for 9 months and as a brand partner for 7.5 months. And when I first heard about LifeWave about 3 years ago, I ignored it to a large degree because it is a network marketing company. And I thought, well, if it's network marketing, that must mean that it's a bunch of junk and a scam. And I had to eat my words once I used the patches and realized how wonderful they were. And then I had to unbrainwash myself about the network marketing in order to get comfortable with talking with people and talking with my clients and patients about the patches. So this presentation tonight is kind of a culmination of what I've learned about network marketing, and I put it on to try to help you understand what the business opportunity is, as well as perhaps also change your thinking about network marketing if you also have a knee-jerk reaction against it. So we'll get here to, let me get to sharing and we'll get the presentation going. So people often ask, is it one of those things? One of those things being a pyramid scheme, usually is what people say. And LifeWave is one of those things in that it is a network marketing company, but it is certainly not a pyramid scheme. And I'll hope you will understand that once we get through with the presentation. So the purpose of today is just to explain what network marketing is honestly, not with a lot of rah-rah or hype or anything like that, and then just let you decide whether you think it fits for you or if you have more questions about it, which I'd be happy to answer. Um, so the expectations I want to set from the start is that we're talking about LifeWave products because that's the company that we're involved with. But being a brand partner for LifeWave is not for everybody, and it's not meant to be. Some people come to LifeWave solely for the products. And frankly, you can be a brand partner and just be using the products. There's no need for you to participate in selling products. You can just get the best pricing, and that's what brand partners do. Some people then get curious about the science and kind of start digging in and learning more. And oftentimes people get excited about the results that they themselves have and want to tell friends and family about it, basically share it with the people around them, but they aren't interested in building a business per se. And then there are others of us who get really excited about it and see that this is a potentially life-changing product and a life-changing business opportunity. And we kind of start going whole hog in trying to share this with other people. All of these options are valid. Not one is not better than the other. It really has to fit with you and what your goals are. So my goal tonight is not to convince you of anything, it's just to calmly and honestly explain what the business model is for you. So what LifeWave does and doesn't do. So the key thing that LifeWave does not do is it does not promise you any income. Uh, what it does do is it provides a structure within which you can build a business and you can develop an income of your own. So that structure rewards your personal use of the product, your loyalty in using it and getting other people to use it and their loyalty in using it. So basically ongoing customer relationship. And then the really big one is your role as a leader, developing a team of other brand partners underneath you who are also sharing or selling the product. And that's where the reward in network marketing really comes in. So the mindset that people have when they come in, not on this picture, is I just want to be a customer. I just want to use the product, and that's great. Then we get into, like I said, the people that want to share a little bit. They might say, really like the product, but say, well, I would love if I could pay for this myself. So whether that means earning $100 or $200 a month to pay for their different patches, and that is something that many, many people do. That's the level that they want to work at. Maybe sign up 4 to 6 or 7 people, and they're very happy there, and that's great. Some of those people start seeing, wow, it's I have this constant money coming in for having signed people up 6 or 8 months ago. Maybe if I did a little bit more of that, I could make a little more money, whether that's a couple $100 or a couple $1,000 a month. Any of those could be a very significant addition to somebody's income stream, and so that's a great strategy. And then, like I said, there are those of us who see it as a bigger opportunity, even to the degree of really making it not a little side gig, but more of a main business and something that could replace your income and surpass your current income, something that's life transforming. And so all of those are places where you might choose to be, and where you are can change over time also. So why would a company choose network marketing? Well, network marketing is just a different avenue for product distribution. Uh, with the one that we're very familiar with is a company manufacturing a product and selling it to a store, and then the store sells it to us. So LifeWave chose network marketing because the product is so unusual. It's paradigm shifting product. So it's not like soap or shampoo or a supplement where people understand what it is and what it's going to do. This is this light technology that uses your body to power it, and it stimulates the production of peptides and so forth in your body. There's nothing else out there like that, and frankly, that's part of why I didn't pay attention to it, because I didn't understand what it was, and I had heard of it, but I never actually had somebody, one of the brand partners, sit down with me and explain it to me. So this is a product that requires some education. It often requires some ongoing support of new users. Um, and so, really, you can sell things through advertising, or you can sell things through relationships. And this is really a relationship product. And so that's why LifeWave chose to use relationship selling, network marketing. So people become involved because somebody who they trusted shared the product with them. They then experience a positive result, and then they themselves have to share this technology with other people. That's what we happened to us. My wife and I felt like we had kind of a moral responsibility to tell people about this, because we just found it to be so powerful. Now, where does the money go in network marketing? Because I've had people say to me, I really don't like network marketing because it seems like they spend a lot of money on parties and conventions and rah-rah and celebrations and so forth. Frankly, network marketing is really, really similar to any other type of company. So my wife and I own an organic spice company that we've had for 16 years. If you go to the store and buy our products, and let's say you spent $10 for a tin of our spices, $4 would go to us as the manufacturers, and $6 is consumed by the distributor, the broker, the shipping, the store that purchases it, paying for their employees, their brick and mortar overhead, and the profits of the owner. So 40 for the cup for the manufacturer, 60% for everybody else. In LifeWave, 40% of every $10, so $4 out of every 10, go to LifeWave, the manufacturer. $6 out of every 10 go to the brand partners who are out there doing the work of the distributors, the brokers, the salespeople, and so forth. So it's the amount of money involved is the same in both models. It's just that in network marketing, the money goes to the people who are talking about it and supporting you, the customer. So that's what's very different. Now, as far as a business, if you want to participate in this as a business person, as a brand partner, it's very different from conventional employment. So in conventional employment, you get paid for your time or your hours that you invest in. You get a salary or hourly wages. In network marketing, you get paid for the value that you provide. So how good you are at talking to other people, how good you are at building a team, and your leadership role. So you get paid for value, not just for standing around. Um, in conventional employment, your income is usually capped by your employer, and that might be based upon uh, the role that you're in. Like in the hospital, if you were a housekeeper, you're not going to get paid as much as a nurse, and the nurse is not going to get paid as much as the physician. So there are kind of role things, but then even in each one of those roles, your uh, uh, your employer tells you how much you're going to make and how many hours you can work. So you can't just take your own initiative to make more money. In network marketing, your income is theoretically uncapped. There's nobody telling you you can only work so many hours, you can only talk to so many people. Your education is of whatever level, and therefore you can't make more money. So it's really very freeing. It's very egalitarian. Everybody is on an equal playing field. As far as what's out there available to them. And then how successful you are is based upon the efforts and quality of the work that you do. You get to make your own decisions about how much you work. Nobody's telling you what that is. And then a really big one is that in conventional employment, when you stop working, your income stops. In network marketing, as you build a team underneath you and as you develop customers who are repeat customers, you can actually take time off, whether that's a month or several months, and still have an income coming in, what we would call a residual income. So income that still flows to you even if you are not actively working. So in conventional employment, it's a very linear income stream. You work a certain number of hours at a certain reimbursement level, and you get that much paid to you. And it's kind of the same every week. And again, if you stop working, you stop making money. Network marketing is truly a business. You are building a business. So, as in any business, you tend to invest more time at the start as you are developing your business, developing your customer base. And so you might be putting in more time relative to how much money you're earning. But as time goes on and you build value in the business, you build an asset, the income starts to grow where you're making more money relative to the time that you put in. So you have to change your thinking from being an employee to being a business owner. So is a residual income? Well, residual incomes are incomes that keep flowing to you even after you've done the work. So let's say a rental income where you buy a property, or investments where you've saved up money that you earned through working and then you buy an asset, or royalties from writing a song or a book or a play or something like that. So all those are examples of residual income. Now, in network marketing, in LifeWave, the residual income comes from reordering products. So customers who you've gained and they continue to use the product, and then the organization that you've built underneath you, so the other business builders that are underneath you, and you earn a share of what they generate for income. And those two things together combine to produce your residual income. So we need builders, we need customers, and that is what grows our business. Um, we try to do this in a sustainable way, meaning that we can continue doing it. It's not a fast process for most people. Some people do achieve really, really great results very quickly, but most of us take it as one step at a time and just build based upon kind of patience and building relationships. Now, the reality of the business is for every 20 people that sign up as a brand partner and or customer, you're only going to get one person who's actually going to end up building a business. Everybody else is just going to be a user of the product, a customer. Um, and there's a lot of focus on getting builders, but there's actually a lot of benefit to customers because ultimately the income flows from people purchasing a product. Now, this is where there's a big difference. This is what defines network marketing being a legitimate business rather than a pyramid scheme being a scam. If you're old enough to remember chain letters, where you would get a letter and you need to send $1 to everybody, the first 10 people on the list or whatever, and then you send it out to 10 people and they're supposed to send money in. That is a pyramid scheme because basically you're paying in, it's dependent upon new people paying in to become part of the organization in order for you to reap a benefit. Whereas in a legitimate business, you are providing a product that people desire and use and value. So a LifeWave has a product that people value and that people use, the different patch technologies, as well as Celergize and the other technologies that are coming out. So it makes it very, very different than a pyramid scheme. Uh, so the way the business works in real life is that we build trust with people over time. We educate. We don't pressure people into purchasing a product, and we prioritizing providing value rather than just making a sale. So we respect the people and we serve both our customers and our team. So we have to reframe not only from being an employer, an employee to a being a business person, but we are not recruiting people. We're focusing on helping people. So in real life, as I said, 1 out of 20 people or 5 out of 100 people will become builders. Now, why is this 5 out of 100 important? Well, it's because those are the people who are going to generate the income for you in the long run. That's where you get the growth of the business. So this is an old example that this gentleman who is very well known in network marketing, I think his name was Bill Bliss. He said that basically he offered the program to 1,200 people. 900 said yes, that they would like to hear about it. 300 of those signed up. And out of those 385 did anything at all. They might have signed up one person in the company. But out of those 85, 35 were serious. And out of those 35, 11 were very serious. And they made him a millionaire. So that 5 out of 100, 35 out of the, well, let's see, out of the 300 who signed up, he had 11. So that's roughly 4%. So 4 or 5 out of 100 is pretty accurate. Um, and so for you thinking about doing this as a business, it is a matter of just asking people and seeing who's going to sign up and then supporting those people and seeing who out of them also develops a business. Now, the way that those 11 people made him a millionaire was through building a team underneath him. So the 5 out of 100 is important because if you get just 3 people out of 100 building a team, and each one of those 3 people get 3 people building a team and so on. And we go down 5 generations. You end up with 243 builders, which is great, plus all of the customers that they've enrolled, which is great. But if instead of 3 people, we go over to the far side and we got 5 people at each generation, instead of 243 builders, you'd have 3,125 builders. And not only do you have all those builders, but you've got all the customers that those people have gotten in. So making a small uh, change in the number of people who you sign up, that example that you set for your team and what you help your team do, uh, it magnifies over the generations and it makes a huge difference in the stability of your organization, the stability of your income, and also the size of your income. So we try to create a system, and we have a system that is duplicatable, that's simple, but that doesn't mean that it has to be small. And we want it to be simple because we want to be able to teach other people how to do it and not make it something that only, you know, I'm a doctor, but if you had to be a doctor to do this, the number of people that I could help would be very limited. You don't have to be a doctor to do LifeWave. You can just be a regular old person and you can be much more successful than I am. So don't think you have a hurdle to cross. So the residual income. Now, what does this mean to you? Well, residual incomes actually have a real asset value, and we can look at this uh, as to, well, the residual income's value is because it is an asset. So we have income that flows from our work, the sales that we do right now, but there's also income that flows from the value of the organization that we built. And that value is what creates uh, the real unusual aspect of network marketing. And what that is if we can build up a team beneath us of brand partners as well as customers who are generating roughly $5,000 a month to me as income. If I could step away for several months and that $5,000 keeps coming in, that's a $5,000 residual income. If we multiply that by 200, we get $1 million. And this is a little rule of thumb. $1 million invested at 6% interest is going to get me $5,000 a month. So I could build a business that generates me $5,000 a month, or I could save up $1 million and invest it, and it could pay me $5,000 a month. Now, building a network marketing business that will generate you $5,000 a month might take you 4 years. Some people do it in 2 or 3 months. Some people do it in 2 years. Whatever period of time, let's just say it takes 4 years to do that. In 4 years, you build an asset that is worth $1 million. On the other hand, if I wanted to save $1 million, if I saved $1,000 a month, it would take me 83 years to get $1 million. If I had a large enough monthly income that I could save $10,000 a month, it would take me 8.5 years to save $1 million. So I could work for 4 years building a business, or I could scrimp and save and deny myself for many years or many decades to achieve the same reward. And so to me, this is one of the most exciting things about network marketing is the potential for somebody to create a residual income in a time frame that is not achievable through many other means that I know of, any other means that I know of. So for a young person, this is a really exciting opportunity because they could spend 2 to 4 or 5 years developing this income that would give them a really stable base to do whatever they want in life. For somebody who is at retirement age, this type of income could be really life changing for them. Or for somebody who's getting closer to retirement or in their middle income years, they might look at their portfolio and say, boy, I really don't have as much as I want to have to live out my retirement. And so this is a way to kind of catch up. So it really works for everybody if you understand the power of the model and the power of the business. So LifeWave itself and all network marketing companies, they have multiple different ways that you're compensated. So LifeWave has what's called Compensation Plan 2.0, which has 9 monetary rewards and 1 experiential award, which is the incentive trips that you can earn. Now, depending upon what your rank is, and your rank is determined by the volume of sales that you generate on a monthly basis, as well as the success of your team in making sales. You have more different income opportunities available to you, more paths by which you can generate income, as well as many of these are percentage-based incomes, and so you get larger percentages the more successful you are. Now, if we want to put real numbers on this, this is LifeWave's data from 2024. We do not have 2025's data yet. But if you become a brand partner, you can see 94.5% of brand partners, roughly 95% of brand partners don't make anything. They become a brand partner because they are doing it in order to save money. Therefore, that leaves 5% of brand partners actually building a business. So that's our 1 in 20 number that we saw earlier. That is a consistent number throughout network marketing companies across the past 6 decades. Now, if we take out those the brand partners who are not doing anything, and we just look at the people who are trying to build a business, out of those, most of them are making a lower income, but they also are probably newer to the business. But it's a relatively high percentage that's at the very upper rank. If we go back a page, you can see that this is 5 out of every 10,000 people are senior presidential directors. But you can reframe this and say, okay, among the people who are actually working on building the business, almost 1% of those people are up there at the top rank, making a couple $100,000 a year on average. So it becomes apparent to you when you see this, and when you start meeting the people who are earning these incomes, that you can do it too. It's very possible. So the idea that only the people who were in at the start make a lot of money is not true. Frankly, LifeWave's been around for 21 years, and most of the people at the very top of the business plan have only been in the business for less than 4 years. Um, you can rank up and make more money as you go along. And one of the most impressive things to me is that there is a ton of support and not competition here. Essentially, the people who are above you um, in your tree, your sales tree, they succeed if you succeed. So you are going to have people above you who are making hundreds of thousands or perhaps millions of dollars a year, and they are going to be there at your side helping you if you ask them for help. So this is a business where you learn on your feet, but you learn from people who are successful, and they will also want to see you succeed, and that's really a great thing. So the LifeWave business, it is for people who love the product. Um, it's not great if you're somebody who's just looking for a guaranteed income and you don't care about the product. If your focus is on convincing people and selling people and doing this business fast and pressuring people, and if you just see other folks as numbers or stepping stones on the way to your goals, this is not the right business for you, and um, it's not the right environment for you. LifeWave is just not that way, and the other brand partners aren't that way. If you value relationships, if you want to really help people out, if you are focused on serving other people, whether that's in the health dimension or the business dimension, it is a great place to put yourself, and you will have a really fun time. So we see it that we serve best when we serve the right people. So we're looking for the right people to join us in this. Now, if after this, I encourage you to look at the products and learn about them, use the products and see if you really do love them because that's important for doing the business. Um, Ask questions. I'm happy to talk with you. Whoever got you on this call can ask plenty of questions. You can get on another one of these calls and ask questions at the end. And in any way that we can help, we are there to do that in your time frame, whether it's now, months from now, or years from now. And the decision to participate or take a break is always up to you. Nobody's going to push you to sell harder. So this is just a choice for you to follow your dreams and your heart. So thank you very much for listening in, and we're open to questions and answers.